I'm ready.
Promotion.
If you could pick,
Yep.
if you could pick one non-TMNT character to port into this game, who would it be?
Batman, but only in an alleyway.
Sweet. No, Mitch. Why?
You asked.
This is where my parents died, Raphael. Cowabunga.
You can't leave now. It's pizza time. Hell yeah, this is the
where
80s
you watched
song.
your parents die. Oof, oof.
This is where I watched my parents die.
I keep watching that over
this
and
is
over.
what
It's
you
really
wear.
funny.
This is where you watched your parents die. Oh.
Oof, oof. That's like when you like say something awkward in a social situation.
So
You speak for like
I
far too
slam
long.
my penis in the car door.
I slam my. You slam your penis in the.
Oh! Penis in the car door.
Shit, dig this music. It's so good.
I have my music down.
I
so
remember
can hear
penis
you guys.
music. That was a very popular meme for a while.
I said dig this music.
Oh, I thought you said penis music.
No.
Penis music.
I was saying, I was trying to draw the conversation away from dicks and everything, but sure.
I'm sorry.
We talk about how we're on
Are you?
flying jet boards in the middle of New York City.
This is really cool.
I think
This is
to
really cool.
answer your question from like 2 whole levels ago, my favorite memory is probably when I started earning money with my artwork and realized that I could actually, you know,
Do that?
do that, and that my life wasn't going to be, you know, going from one lower paid job to another. And the other one, what was the other one? What was the other question? Favorite memory
I don't remember.
and
I was gonna tell one story, but now I have another. I was in a
Oh,
I was
yeah?
in a Big W the other day. If anyone here doesn't know what a Big W is, it's basically like
Walmart.
shit a Target.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
But like they were doing this big toy sale, and on the shelves they had legit like Transformers Beast Wars toys that looked like the old ones, and
Yeah, that's
I nearly acted up and spent $60. But
yeah. Those are the ones based off of the new Netflix CG show.
Yeah.
And while I don't like the show very much, the toys
No.
have been redesigned to look exactly like the.
Now I
models.
do have one of those. I've got Black Arachnia, but this is like
Nice.
I saw one in the store, and do you remember what the old packaging looked like? Like it was the plastic with the like brown cardboard
Yeah.
and the big Beast Wars logo. It was exactly
the-
that, and I was like, holy shit, I feel like a child again. They also had like a really good Scorponok looking one, and I was like, ooh, I'm not willing to pay
Oh, right.
$60, but
Sorry.
holy hell. Ah, fucking, come on.
Yeah, we're probably gone.
Give me pizza.
Ah.
Pizza
Yeah, it's
time.
okay, we got,
pizza
like-
time.
How many lives do I have? I've got 2 more lives. Oh, never mind then. Ouch.
Pizza time, baby. I got the save. Oh no, I'm going to die.
I think we're meant to avoid those guys. Oh, do you have like a... Oh, no, it's a camera. I thought it was like Amy's hammer or something like that.
That would be cool. There are actually like a lot of subtle references to other games in this, in particular Street Fighter.
Yeah?
But
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
what is going on with the? Is he flying off the side of the screen
Oh.
for anyone else, or is that just me?
What's a retro game that
Yeah.
you'd like to see as like a reboot or sequel in this, like a modern version of it?
Uh,
Similar to this.
Am I gonna go to my go-to? Oh, what's something you like that no one else does? That was the other question.
Oh, yeah. Shadow the Hedgehog was Ray's answer. What's
Yeah.
yours?
Kind of a joke,
I've got a bunch. There's Psychic Force. There's Big Wolf on Campus.
Oh.
There's lots of TV. I realized the other day that because I'm neurodivergent, the ideal outcomes for me in a story and creating a story and writing media, it's never going to be anybody's favorite because I'm not like people that get marketed to. So,
Yeah.
No, I get
you know, there's just not much point.
Damn, April looks cool.
She does. In every single one of these cutscenes, I've noticed that, like, it's just so
Yeah.
good. It's just so good.
Oh, we're going underwater. Oh, we're going over.
Mario.
Mario. Wahoo!
Mario. So I had that. I had that whole like revelation because most of the past year has been adapting to ADHD medication and also becoming increasingly more self-aware about how awkward being not medicated for that long was.
Yeah.
And one of the revelations I had was, hey, you probably won't be able to create any media that's relatable to a mass audience because that's not who you are.
Yeah,
find-
I
you
kind of
find
figured
the
that out
niche
for
and-
myself a long time ago.
You find the niche and you press it for all the money it's worth.
I still have days where I have like a little bit of a mini existential crisis where I'm just like, oh, I should be doing so much more. But then other times I'm just like, I'm really satisfied with just having like a simple character that just talks about like obscure things that I like.
Yeah.
Like Irate Gamer.
I sometimes get the existential crisis of like, oh god, I'm alive right now, and I can't not be alive, but also, one day I have to die.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yep.
I think we've talked about this before, where it's just like the whole. When we get like philosophical, that's when we get to our best like gamer chat conversations.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
definitely for sure, we're all going to die someday, and we're not going to be around forever to see like where the future goes or like
And
what.
one day consciousness
awesome-
will just end.
Like we'll never see where media goes after we are dead. That's
Yeah.
one of the things that gets me is just like the best movie ever made probably hasn't been made yet.
Yeah, I was watching this Kurzgesagt video about how, if even by conservative estimates, if we stay on the planet Earth and we don't destroy ourselves in the next 10, 20 years with the current disasters, there are still less people who have ever lived now than the bulk of the human population who will ever have lived by the end of our like estimated species viability rate.
Crazy.
So we are still in the past
See,
in terms of like
you're talking about
human development.
You're talking about like actual stats.
We are in the past now and have been and will be, because now that I've said that, it is in the past.
Time travel.
You're talking about
Eh.
deep philosophical things, and I was about to bring up a quote from the Simpsons movie that I liked. So clearly we're on the same.
Oh.
page. It's
Hell
the,
yeah.
It's the.
Bring it on.
This is the worst day of my life. Worst day of your life so far.
So far,
Oh.
yeah.
That's actually quite a shockingly deep quote when you think about it. I don't know, like.
And
Every
Homer would
60
know.
Yeah.
Homer would really fucking
Yeah,
know.
it's like.
Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute
But
passes.
I look
We
at
need to stop this.
and one of the reasons that it pisses me off hearing people who are about to turn 30 go is because I see so many people in their 80s who are like going to the gym and doing deadlifts and shit and like
Yeah,
living their
yeah.
fucking lives, and I think that turning 30 is a turning point.
Yeah.
You can have complicated feelings about it, but there are people who are in their 70s who are like, yeah, I'm still just doing my thing.
The thing is, I only feel good about like my interests and stuff when I'm talking to you or my friends about it. But like, when I'm 40 and I'm like still playing Ninja Turtles for the internet, I'm
Man,
gonna be like, am I Aaron Hansen?
I am fully.
No.
I'm fully prepared to be like mid 60s and
A kid forever?
No, more just like mid 60s and know that I am still happy collecting random video
Hell
games
yeah.
and
Yeah.
shit. And like one
Yeah.
day, if I ever have a child, maybe they can sell off the entirety of my collection and fucking go to college.
Or maybe they will gain an appreciation for your taste in media.
Oh no, 100.
That's happened before.
100%. I have nieces now, and two of them,
Aw.
as it turns out, are autistic. And I have said,
Welcome.
That'll
I've
happen.
said to my stepsister a couple times, I'm like, hey, if you ever need a distraction, Auntie Ray has a very large collection of games that are friendly for children.
Oh,
I
like Auntie
I'm
Ray.
going to actually, I got a message from my stepsister who was like, "Hey, what do you prefer? I call you now." I was like, but like, yeah, an unexpected message, which, yeah, it was nice.
Have you ever had this experience? Because I've come to accept that this has been my experience. That how do we do this? What?
Oh,
I don't know.
we
Is
go
there
now.
buttons?
Yeah,
Do we
just
go?
keep hitting.
I'll just kick. Okay, just hit him.
The
Radio.
the experience I had was because I couldn't relate to anyone on a human level, even as a small child. My only point of reference to communicate with other people was, "Hey, did you watch that show or play that
All the
game?"
time, all the fucking time, dude.
Yeah. And so, like, growing up, my entire experience has been shaped by, have I seen that in a movie or a cartoon or a video game?
Yeah.
Instead of,
Yeah,
have I
yeah.
had that lived experience?
100%.
Right.
This is why
And so,
yeah.
yeah, so
like-
like, people hearing what I have to say, especially around then, would be like, wow, he sounds really fake. And I'm like, this is literally the only context I can use to communicate.
I feel like that happens in Game and Chat a lot, where you'll be talking about something and I'll be like, I've seen it in a show before.
Yeah.
I don't have that lived experience myself, but I know of people that do, and I can sort of relate through that.
And that's different. Yeah.
Like every conversation with my friend growing up, when I was in primary school, every day would start with, "Did you watch Pokemon/Digimon today? Like, you know, did you see the new episode?" And if they ever said no, I had nothing to talk to them. they would talk to me.
Oh no!
They would talk to me, and I would just
so
kind of
true
go like,
though.
"Okay, this happened."
It's the weirdest feeling when I try to make new friends at like a nightclub or something like that, and like it's like a group conversation. Everyone's just standing around and talking. And they're all talking about shit that I have no idea what they're talking about. And like I can't interject in like a natural way or like ask questions in a natural way.
Like
I don't even care. Yeah. Like I don't care enough.
No, I
to get it to interject.
I've gotten to a point.
I need a high five over here.
Oh yeah, I've gotten to a point with my friends where I know eventually the conversation will drift through something I either don't care or don't know enough about, and I will just sort of.
And you can't mask.
No, I just sort of.
Can I get a high five?
Get quiet and sit in the corner until the conversation comes back around, and I usually mask it behind being very drunk.
Social lubricant.
Mostly kidding.
As sometimes the opposite happened though. Like in high school, there would be like a group of kids who would be talking about a subject that I would know a lot about, and I would want to be like, oh, I know about this subject, but I also know that they are kids who like didn't like me very much.
Yeah.
So if I interjected and would be like, oh, we share a common interest, I have something to say about this topic you're discussing, they would be like, fuck you, get out of here.
This is a little TMI, and maybe cut this, but if it's funny, don't.
Okay.
I was at work yesterday, and just because they were behind me, I was listening into a conversation one of my coworkers was having with someone who used to work there. And they were talking about, one of them is a guy, and he was talking about sex, or trying to have sex with a girl, and failing really hard. And
what kind of dice rolls was he making? How do you fuck that up?
Apparently he spent an hour doing something with a girl, and nothing happened. And I was just sitting there going, I have tips, I have fucking things I can tell you, my guy, but I don't want to
that poor girl must have been so bored.
Yeah, when you have the advice that could help, but it's a little too personal, so you're like, yeah, if they don't ask, I'm not gonna.
You want to go counterclockwise? Counterclockwise.
You want to spell the alphabet?
My guy, did you know girls have 50 erogenous zones over their body? My dude.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that one of the only reasons I've been able to make a career out of artwork is because sex became my special interest. I found the dopamine button. You'll never guess where it is.
Oh boy.
Get with me.
But yeah, the media thing, I think it extends out to the structures that I'm familiar with in terms of how you're supposed to live your life and like what you should be doing at any given time and like a career pathway, all that shit. Like it's not just how you interact with other people, it's how you model what you should be doing with yourself. It can be really scary.
Yeah, from quite a young age, or not a young age, like I don't know.
From quite an age.
13 to most of my teenage years, I started getting asked the question, what do you want to do with your life? And I did have answers at one point, but the more I thought about those answers, the harder they seemed, if that makes sense. Figuring out how,
the less tangible
figuring out
they become.
how much actually goes into, that sort of thing.
It's one thing to say you're going to do something, and another thing to like actually plan it out and like do the research.
People would start asking me what I want to do or where I want to, be in a certain amount of time, and I would just answer them back with I don't know, and that would genuinely make them angry. Like it was the weirdest thing.
That's not good.
Not in a like we're gonna punish you kind of way, but like in a just like why don't you know? You should know this by now.
Oh, right.
But,
I get that all the time
but,
as
like,
well.
Yeah, let's make the teenager with their half-formed fucking hormone-addled brain, make a life choice about who they want to be
yeah.
for the rest of their life.
And then in the
Didn't Daria have
in
like
the-
a particularly good quote that was like, "I don't want to be forced to like make this decision
Yeah.
right now off of like a dumb essay or survey."
Yeah.
or something."
they did.
In the weirdest thing, the other day I was having lunch with my dad, which is kind of a rare occasion, but it was nice to just hang out. And he asked me that
Yeah.
question again. He was like, "So where do you want to be in a certain amount of time?" And I legitimately just answered with, "I just want to be happy, Dad." And he was like, "You know what? That's fair." which doesn't. My dad's mellowed out in recent years.
Okay, that's.
I'd
good.
like to, if I was to retake that, have that question asked of me
Yeah.
today, I'd be like, whatever I do, I'm doing it now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't do anything. What do you want to do? I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
This is all I'm gonna
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a family one day.
Yeah.
I'd like that opportunity. I'd also like to own a house in another country and not live here anymore, but these are just things that I can't seem to get access to.
Yep. Because the world is.
Yeah. The important thing about life is to like have goals, but also know your limitations and work within
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
and learn to be happy within them.
Yes.
Yeah, like I think it's a good life philosophy to be like, I have a goal, but I'm also happy with where I am at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
you can have aspirations. You can't depend on those being the only things in your life. You've got to make sure that where you are is comfortable too.
Exactly.
Exactly. We here at Game and Chat.
Welcome to a very special game and chat.
This is exactly why I wish we had more viewers. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to become that YouTuber that
Hey
brings
man,
that up.
I'm on your
constantly.
side. I was like, hey,
But-
there are all these like best practices,
Good life
and-
lessons that Fen is giving, and he's giving them for free.
Oh, I'm gonna start my own
You
channel
should be
soon, so-
paying us.
Yeah,
No,
Searching.
you know what I was thinking about the other day, Fen?
Oh,
I
okay.
Yeah?
was remembering. I was having the memories of videos I have previously watched, which does happen occasionally, and one popped into my head, and I was like, where do I remember seeing this? Like, it was one of your videos. And
Was it? Which one was
it
it?
was the fucking one where you went down the rabbit hole of looking into that guy who taught how to draw manga.
Oh!
I can't remember his
that
name.
video
Yeah.
still exists.
Does it?
And his name was
no.
Bill Connolly.
Bill Connolly.
And he was so cool about it. He contacted me over Facebook, and we arranged to do a follow-up interview before my channel got taken
Yeah,
down.
fuck, I do.
But he
I still want to release.
he put up the whole thing on his Facebook
Oh
page.
my god, I need to go fucking watch that again.
Yeah.
Was that the deep dive thing you told me about?
That was the who the hell is this guy on what was the channel? Some e-learning channel?
Yeah, it was you and Panther just.
And he was like, here's how to draw Batman in 30 seconds. And it didn't look very good because, well, hey, he only had 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I ended up looking him up, and he's got a comic book that's been running in a paper for many years, and he's got like these realistic portraits of people he can do. He's really good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like, what was the session like? Like, they must have given you no prep time and not given a fuck about the kind of content you were making.
Yeah, just fucking. I just remember.
Really
It
fascinating.
was you going down a rabbit hole and Panther just going, I think we're good, but I'm curious to see where we go. Jesus.
Yeah,
I-
I feel like Panther's a great guy, but I think in terms
Yeah.
of that, he's not like me, where I need to know where it came from and why.
Yeah, I do that. I do. I do that too, and I have alienated people that way. I'm like, no,
Metalhead!
I really need to know why, and they're like,
You don't understand. Until this is resolved, this is going to be all I can think about for years.
So, a friend of mine was offering me a subscription to a comic book service, like a digital comic book service, for my birthday.
yeah.
Very, very kind gesture.
Ooh.
And I told him no, because one,
If you do that,
no, it's the damnedest thing. I enjoy reading wiki articles about comic books more than I enjoy actually reading them.
oh,
which is
that makes me sad.
but it's more a case of
I
like,
get it.
I now know this. I don't need to. I don't know.
See, the reason that makes me sad is because I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of the people who write for comics nowadays do.
Yeah, it is.
And it shows.
Yep.
You can tell the difference between someone who's experienced the story and someone who read the cliff notes before they jammed their own continuity into whatever Spider-Man or Batman comic is running this year.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's already dead.
I dance on his face.
He is a disgrace.
I still want to release. I still want to release Tentacle Locker as "quote unquote" the lost episode.
We tried.
I still have every. I think I do. I might. They might be somewhere tucked away. But I believe I have every lewd play that I edited somewhere.
Wow.
Nice.
Somewhere.
Oh, that looks sick.
Oh, it does.
That is so cool, especially with the cave waping. Fucking cave waping.
Cave waping.
Yeah,
Cave waving.
Yeah, I wape.
Cave waping.
Cave vaping.
Cope. Ah, dude's drowning in all that copium.
Pizza dude's got 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Dinosaur stampede.
Oh my god, I'm gonna love this level. We were talking about me coming out as trans and telling people. And he said, we were joking, and he goes, does Sonic know? And he meant my partner, but after he left, I started thinking, like, oh god, I have to come out to all my favorite video game characters now.
Oh my gosh. That's no good. Sorry, I meant trans rights.
You know what? I would like to see a Sonic Says segment that's all about trans rights.
You can animate that.
Are you gonna, like, do cleanup for me?
I'll do in-betweens.
You'll do... Oh, will you? Okay.
You do the poses, I'll do the in-betweens.
Done.
Done!
Alright.
Okay.
I got something to show you guys as well after we finish.
Okay, for sure.
It's not my penis.
Damn it!
Hey, wait, Ray, you never told me what your best memory was.
I don't know if I have one. Because mainly due to the fact that my memory is not very good.
It's not so good.
A
Genuinely.
bit teddy-headed, maybe?
Did you just call me teddy-headed?
Yes, I did.
That's the name of my old Tumblr. That's very strange.
I know!
Son of a...
Deep cuts, motherfucker!
My old Tumblr was... It's not just my Tumblr. So when I was in high school, I had this idea for, like... I wanted to be a director, right? So I was like, every director has their own production company.
Everyone wants to be a director.
Every director, every artist, they have their own production company. So
Should I hit the button?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
My best memory...
But I want to hear what
what's your
Ray
best
has to
memory?
say.
Oh yeah, I think one of my best memories was going to VidCon and meeting Fenrir, and Poker Shadow.
Aw.
Legit. I beat you the first time I went to VidCon.
Nope.
You two didn't know each other.
Okay, and then the next
next
year...
year meeting you and I still haven't met Freako. Fuck. Meeting you and...
Wait, oh yeah, you haven't.
He doesn't like to go out and do things.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Well, I mean,
Very
he likes going out with me.
Yeah, and me. But just like with new people, he's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
He's kind of like, whatever.
You remember, I had to get him a guest spot on like an anime talking panel before he
Right.
was like, yeah, we could hang out. And then afterwards,
Yeah,
he
he
was
said
like,
he does
why
keep
didn't
to himself a lot.
why didn't I do this years earlier? This is rad. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I reached out.
Yeah. I'm thinking,
but-
definitely when Ray comes down, we gotta like go to the zoo or something
fuck
like
yeah.
that.
Hell yeah.
I
Wholesome
with
friend
Frigga.
outings.
Yeah.
It was
Amy's having
really,
a
it was
thing
so
soon.
cool that your partner Sonic was able to come to my birthday.
I know. They
I loved being there.
yeah, no, my they've looked back on that trip. They were on a trip with their parents, and fucking the trip was as good as you can expect. But they've legitimately said to me a couple times, like, I'm really glad I went to Fens. That was like one of the best parts of that trip. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Aww. We had a great time. Like, that was when I tested having an AFK room at the place for the party, and it worked out really well, because You know, we had people who were able to go away and like take a few minutes to be away from the noise and the socializing.
Having
really
a
good.
quiet room at a party is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
I remember going.
Something away from the hustle and
God,
bustle. No, the hard part is when that room becomes the most popular room.
And people start socializing.
That happened to me. That's happened to me in a couple parties, but I went to a one of the first big house parties I went to. A girl that I was talking to, and I moved into a quiet room, not realizing that there were 2 other people in the bed that we were sitting on doing shit. And then suddenly suddenly everyone moved into that room and started having a conversation. And this poor girl
started making out with each other.
Little more than she was making out with something.
With something? Are we about to hear that she was having an intimate relationship with the family dog?
I meant a different part of the body, but sure.
Dusk?
Oh, look, they are here!
Oh.
It's Link from Link's Awakening.
It's Twink!
And then
It's true, the adventures of Twink.
And then at that same party, I tried to just, like, actually, in my own time, find a quiet area and went around a side corner and walked in on someone getting a blowjob. I was like, oh, nice.
What?
Cool.
You know, if I'm hosting, there's a blowjob going on, I'm like, hey, where's mine?
Guy that was receiving it, I ran into him a couple days later. He's like, "Thank you for interrupting. That was not a good situation." I was like,
oh no! Oh no!
God, dude.
That's so upsetting on like a number of levels.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I'm alive. What the fuck? I was.
Why aren't you helping
I
us?
was looking at the wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she was busy with the story! Let her live!
I'm
Fen.
gonna be completely honest. I may have zoned out.
That is perfectly fine. I do it quite a fair bit. Fen yells at me sometimes for it. It's fine. I can relate. I can relate.
Zorax.
I came from like a pretty strict drama upbringing at my school, so
Oh, so,
that
Yes,
comes out
and-
sometimes.
so
Yes, and
like when I around like year 11 or 12 was a point where like everyone in my school, everyone like in my year group just kind of hit. We're all in this together. Like we're all just we gotta get through this. So parties happened a bit more often, and so I actually started getting invited to them.
Ooh,
which was nice because I had friends who threw them. But like yeah, the first big one I went to just. It was described by someone else in my school as a demonic sex orgy, which it wasn't.
nice.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. Just
But the fact that it got a reputation like that is amazing.
yeah, it was. It was like yeah, it was a fucking. Cause last few years of
that was
last
easy.
few years of high school were a weird fucking time.
I ended up becoming a host of many parties, like, because I had the whole no one likes me because I'm not like the other kids thing, and then toward the end of high school, people showed up who actually were at the school for career reasons, and they were much cooler, and a lot of the people who wanted out in year 10, they left.
Yeah.
And the last couple of years were like, hey, I can have parties now, and people are pretty cool, and I hosted some pretty fucking wild parties.
I did like in year.
I'm sorry, Mum.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I did like in year 10, like in year 11, the one guy that was confirmed at my school to be like a massive stoner. Fucking left. He left to study.
One guy. Only one.
No, there were plenty. But this guy was like the known one. You know, like the.
Oh yeah, the chronic guy.
The classic like wears a shitty hoodie and you know that kind of guy.
Yeah, we had a goth kid in my school who was like that.
He dropped out of high school in year 10 and went to study horticulture at TAFE, and we're all like, I wonder fucking why.
Horticulture.
It's a
I was
plant growing.
Yes.
I nearly got a professional baker one time to make pop brownies for me. It would have been epic.
You don't need a
that would've
professional
been-
baker. You just
Should have gotten a baker's
You don't
dozen.
need a professional baker. You just need to come to my house.
No, I mean like
I'm
there
down.
was a guy whose day job was working at a licensed bakery,
actually does sound
and I was like, wow, brownies made by a dude who knows what he's doing with brownies.
A baker's dozen, if you.
I said that.
the weed number.
Did you? Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yes.
Hey. I like your little jig.
Yeah, and then I unleash unspeakable torment.
Yo!
Whoa!
I didn't know we could do that.
Whoa!
Ow.